Hello again. We're back. Another episode of AOTP with Corey and Sean.
Not to be confused with the band.
Yeah. Not to be confused with the band, the other AOTP.
That sucks.
I don't know if they do
or to
or
be
not.
Confused with All Over the Place featuring some black woman.
What?
There's another podcast called All Over the Place, and a black lady hosts it.
Well, yeah, that's why I shortened ours. Honestly, it was laziness that I wanted to shorten ours.
There's also the one that All Over the Place, the Fun Sanity.
Well, that sounds terrible.
It is.
Not like our show.
No, ours is way better. Ours is, I mean...
We are improving every other episode.
Yeah, every other... I mean, did you see last week when we went all political? And I thought we did a very good job illustrating our points and presenting facts and whatnot, and then, embellishing on facts and making them funny.
Or the week before when Casey got to practice his editing skills more.
I thought that was... I mean, the content of that episode was shit, but I thought the editing was funny as hell.
Yeah. I thought it was funny.
It's like, okay, like what I want to talk about in this episode is, does anybody else, it might just be me, but does anybody else notice how fucking insufferable it is to go out into public now? It's like, I can't drive down the road without somebody pissing me off, go to Walmart, go anywhere. It's like, just for an example, I was in Target last week, and this short, fat lady with like 6 kids running around.
Kids.
Were there lots of liquor stores and free clinics?
Probably where they live. But instead of rounding them all up and like keeping them near her, she let them run around the store, which honestly, parents letting their kids run around the store like idiots, that's nothing new.
That's a tale as old as time.
Like that's it. That's really nothing new at all. So that is not the issue that pissed me off. The issue was that she had a giant fucking lifeguard whistle with her. And when she wanted them to come there to, like, I don't know, reach down on a lower shelf for her to pick something up, she'd blow that fucking whistle, and it was like every 6 seconds you'd hear, and I wanted to just, I mean, people are such fucking assholes now. But, okay, back to what I was saying. I mean, it's like you can't go down the road, you can't go anywhere and just have a pleasant time. You can't go to a fucking restaurant without somebody doing something to piss you off. I mean, it's just, people are fucking awful these days. I mean, it just doesn't fucking matter. Nobody cares about each other anymore. Everybody is so goddamn self-centered that it's just, well, I'm the center of the fucking universe today. I'm in his restaurant, and everybody will bow to my fucking needs. And if you're going to listen to my fucking
they're just like just like, I'm out here and I have to pay attention to other people's kids doing dumb stuff. And wait a minute,
it's like, well, here's my fucking cell phone. I'm going to put it on speaker and scream at it behind you in the booth. It's like, fuck you.
Yes, and the people that piss me off. Lottery bandits.
But I got other ones before that. I can't really think of any right off. Oh, yeah, you know what? I was at the grocery store for the 3rd of July, which is a miserable fucking day to go to the grocery store because not only do the checks come out.
If you're poor, stop being poor.
As we like to say, they're also, gearing up for the party the next day.
Buying lots of cigarettes.
Lots of Pepsi and Mountain Dew.
Scratchers.
Yeah, lots of scratchers. Not so much scratchers because, they, like, one family had 4 buggies, and I was like, I wanted to walk up to them and just say, you're welcome.
Did you see that video that came out recently of this woman on TikTok who has 7 kids from 7 different baby daddies, and she is getting $3,000 a month in food stamps?
Let me call and check on my food stamps, honey.
And while
that's not
it's normal. There's people out there like that. We all know that because that's how the welfare system works. But she was going on TikTok and bragging about it.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
That's
which is where it's like if you got that, it's like, you know, you hope that they're spending the EBT money on their kids, but you're like, don't tell me because I don't want to know if you're not. Oh, no, yeah, that makes sense.
That's where we are as a fucking society. People are fucking leeches.
That's the free market. What are you talking about?
Yeah. They want the drugs?
Oh, they think it's free, all right.
Yeah. It's not free for us, but it's free for them.
Oh, I was just talking about the trading drugs for EBT cards.
Yeah, no, fucking assholes.
Yeah, but...
parasites like that. You got fucking... The people, like, we'll call them the elderly that won't get off the road and give up their goddamn driver's license.
I thought you were gonna say,
that hard pivot.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the elderly that won't just die and stop eating.
Why don't you just fucking die already?
We're not
eating all of our resources.
No,
we're not.
They can eat all they want. I'm just talking about they don't need to be driving.
We're not. Which is worse, being stuck behind somebody who's going 10 under the speed limit, or getting your ass ridden by some dude you're going 25 miles an hour over the speed limit? You think behind?
I agree. Yeah.
Because when you're when somebody is tailing you, you can just pull over. You know.
Or you can fuck with them for being such an asshole.
Yeah.
I was going to work one evening, and there was a guy who was obviously, you know, in a hurry. And
BMW driver, wasn't it?
No, he was. He had like a beat up Toyota truck or something. But we were stuck behind this one car that was in the left lane, and it was going like 5 miles over the speed limit. So it was going slower than us because we were trying to, you know, I was going to work. I don't know where that guy was going. But the reason we were behind them was because they were passing a semi-truck. Well, they get past the semi-truck, and this guy's just riding this woman's ass, just right up on her bumper and whatnot. And I'm just like, bro, the other lane's open now. Just go in the other lane and pass her.
It's the principle at that point.
It was funny, though, because it got to the point that I got past the semi-truck.
2,000 years later.
I pulled up to go past him, and as I'm passing him, I just look over at him. He glances over to me, and I'm just like, bro, what the...
You called him the N-word, didn't you?
No. He looked more like a crack. He looked more like a crackhead.
The J word. The H word.
Ooh, mommy.
No. Oops. I'll bleep that. Don't
worry. But no, like so I go ahead and I pass him.
I don't care.
And as soon as I pass him, I guess it clicked in his head. It's like, oh yeah, I can get in the other lane because I'm not retarded. So he gets in the other lane and just...
Everybody, I don't care. He does not care. I don't care.
To add on to that, I'd just say kind of people that are absent-minded when they're out, you know?
I'm listening. I promise I'm listening.
I agree. I mean, the fact that it's like here, it's a 3-lane fucking road. You can go. You got 2 other options here. You're going to stay on this fucking person's ass like you're an idiot. You know, I want them to move. No, fucking if they're that inconvenienced, you know, that much of an inconvenience, you move.
Or if it's a person in a grocery store and you're like, bro, I just need to get like this cereal box or whatnot, and they're sitting there 500 pounds overweight, just like, I can't decide which one to get. It's like, buddy, if you don't know which one to get,
push them off their rascal.
Start getting a reservation at Dorset now, you fucking stupid bastard!
Oh yeah,
you're gonna get.
It's like just.
We understand you're gonna get 4 of whatever you're gonna get. So
just stand out of the way until you're ready to get it, so that I can get my food.
It's like, yes, we know you don't have any self-control. It's a compulsion for you.
Yes.
At this point, just grab 4 random ones and toss it in.
Got 4 hams under their arm.
Is there anything like
that's actually just their arms?
When you're talking about your driving, Is there anything more satisfying than some asshole riding your ass? And then finally he whips around you and goes, and then you come around a bend and you see him stuck behind like 4 other cars. And you're like, you didn't get anywhere, fucker.
Actually, the one thing that happened to me like that, it was so much more satisfying. We were going down to, we were driving to North Carolina at night, middle of the fucking night, and it's Mustang from Ohio. We were going 75, give or take, and he flew around us, had to be going 100 and it's probably way over 100. I don't know for sure. But we went on down the road, and I'll be goddamn, there is a Virginia State Trooper with him pulled over, and I was like,
Freeze, motherfucker! Drop your coat and grab your toes. I'm gonna show you where the wild goose goes.
Yeah, I was about to say that's
way
more
more
satisfying than
yeah.
being in a subway.
I had one like that years ago. I was driving, the Parkersburg split there.
Yep.
Where it's the one lane where you're going to Parkersburg. There's no other option.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this car pulls up beside me. I'm in the middle lane. And this car pulls up. For some reason, these 2 young kids, and the guy in the passenger seat is smacking the door, and they're like flipping me off. I'd done nothing to him. I'd never seen him before. And he was like, and they were laughing and like flipping me off and all this stuff. And so I was like,
Pulled a gun on him.
I was like, okay. And so then they went and tried to get up and pass me, but I had better acceleration than their old piece of shit Ford Taurus. So I pulled up and I just stayed right with them. And they slowed down. They went all the way up at one point. They went up to 85. Then they went all the way down to 35. And I stayed right with them. And just right when they hit that split, and it's a few miles up that split before you can turn around. And as they were sitting there going, come on, get the fuck out of the way, get the fuck out of the way. And I just was like, waved at them.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd have flipped him back up and like
right as they were going, and I was like, "You're going to Parkersburg, have fun." And they were sitting there, "Fuck you, goddamn it," And I was like, that was awesome,
dickheads.
Yeah,
like that's what I'm talking about. People are just such fucking assholes now. They don't care about anybody else, and that's it. Just, I mean, all politics aside, it's just nobody fucking treats anybody right anymore. And when they get it fucking turned back on them, like that instance right there, it's like, oh well, that person's an asshole for not letting me in. It's like, no, you were a fucking asshole for acting like that.
And like lottery bandits.
It also goes ahead, and it's not even just in physical locations anymore, but just like online communities too, where people can just be assholes.
Unless you're on our podcast, comment board.
But we don't have a Discord.
But it's the internet, like.
Well, like that's what I don't get about people, why they're so willing to be assholes to people in public, because society as a whole has become so fucking pussy about everything. It's like, oh, I'm going to argue with everybody, and all these like teenagers and their cyberbullying. It's like when we went to school, bullying was you got stuffed in a locker, or you got your head stuck in a toilet, something like that. Yeah. Now it's they say mean things about me online.
Yeah,
the best
who fucking cares?
The best part about that is that, as far as the online stuff, it's like, dude, just turn them off. A lot of these places, like Discord, X, any of your other social media places, a lot of them have a mute function, which is just, I don't want to hear what this person says. Do not show me their posts.
But it was, again...
delete your Facebook, stupid.
It's just like the woman in the UK who was on VR and claimed that she got sexually assaulted by 3 men. And it was like, you're on VR. Just lift the headset up and you're good. You're fine.
But they pulled their penises out.
And the worst part, and from what I understand,
one guy's from Delaware.
Well, I read into that story, and what happened was it was 3 guys who were sitting there laughing, and they were, because all you have is hands and a head in those games, and so. All they were doing was just they went up and they did this, and then the worst part about it was not only
did 3 VR pelvic thrusts translates to sexual assault now,
and they were saying,
bro,
hey,
they wouldn't have survived in 2012 Xbox Live,
and so this
or
woman
any decade prior to that either
goes to a police station to report it, and they take not only. Do they not tell her to go fucking pound sand? They take her seriously, take her report, and talk about extradition.
extradition because they did pelvic thrusts on a VR video game.
And no country will ever fucking extradite somebody for that.
Like, are you
Well,
serious?
that's because, especially in the UK, the police are being paid to harass the citizens of their country and not actually deal with problems that are making
true.
stuff like that.
They wouldn't be so uptight if they could shoot people.
Yeah.
Where's your TV license?
You got a license?
You have a license for
got
this
a license?
podcast?
License for that TV?
I'm sorry, I do not, Bobby.
They do, and they arrest handymen who are carrying screwdrivers for their jobs and wrenches.
I saw a guy who
What
is
color are
from
the
the UK. White. They're working, aren't they?
Disgusting.
White with terrible teeth.
Disgusting.
Well, it's British. It's that's just how it is.
No, I meant that they're arresting Caucasians.
But
I
no, I saw online where somebody
fail.
stated the way British people solve problems really well. There was recently someone who got shot with a crossbow. What does Britain decide to do? We're going to ban crossbows. It's like, buddy, why are they using a crossbow? Oh, it's because these other things were probably banned. Bro, they're just going to go find something
Because
else.
they didn't have a gun.
Well, in London, have you seen the Knife Angel?
No.
No.
It was a sculpture that was created from actual knives that had been used in actual stabbings. There were so many of them, and many of them on this sculpture had people's genuine blood on them, and it's so bad in stabbings are so bad in London that they have bins put all around the city where people can turn in their knives.
So people overreact to knives over there like they overreact to guns over
There
here.
was a guy who got arrested for having a letter opener knife. It was a Legend of Zelda one. The guy had it because I assume that he plays the game.
Probably got arrested
And
for being a dork.
It was no.
Go outside, nerd. Get out. Go.
no.
Oh, that one hit him right in the
That's stabbing him right in the heart
right in the soul.
with a Zelda letter over.
Oh,
But no,
Holy
it was
shit.
it was a
I
it
heard
was
the
a,
malice in that. No.
It was a 1-inch blade, and they're like, "Well, we obviously have to send you to jail."
Well, they showed pictures in grocery stores. You know those like Thomas the Tank utensils,
Yes.
like that they make for little kids that are rounded off at, like even the forks are rounded off at the
Yes.
ends. They showed stickers on them that said you had to be 18 years old to purchase them. A fork.
damn.
It was a little fork and spoon combo for babies, and but you had to be 18 years or older.
That is just tragic that the whole world has gotten to that they can't be trusted with baby silverware.
Yeah.
You know what? We're running out of time, and you got to get on this lottery bandits.
Lottery fucking bandits.
We'll see you later.
Damn.